Alright, getting everything set up here really quick. What is going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back with another live stream, of course, from Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur. First and foremost, if you're just new to me, coming up on this live stream, and you're wondering if we go live every day, as a lot of new people wonder, yes, we do go live every single morning, right around the bell open, obviously. Bell literally just rang about 2 seconds before I hopped on here. But, yeah, pretty much, as from what I can tell, my funds are still not going to be available until tomorrow. Hopefully, it looks like my funds from my bank that I deposited on Friday will be available tomorrow as well, because the funds are now out. They've withdrawn from my bank account. So I believe tomorrow morning those all 300 extra dollars of funds will be available. They were holding about 155, so my account balance will literally be at around $1,000 tomorrow morning. So what I'm going to do going forward is literally use about $400 to $500 every day. That way I can literally quote-unquote day trade around the PDT rule. I have a couple videos actually where I go into what the PDT rule exactly is. And if people that are tuning in want to know a little bit more about that, I'll definitely be happy to go over that, of course. But yeah, first and foremost, as expected, I said that the stock market would probably have a green day, or at least a green morning, and it seems that we are definitely doing so. Right now, the SPY is up to 267, right around 267. It looks to be pulling back right now, right at open. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. It's actually actively dropping, so it might be a good time to put some calls out at 268, because I believe we will see 268 at some point today. But at the same time, we could actually see 265 as well. This market is so unpredictable. I'm just trying to obviously help those that are all about options. I have a lot of people following that love the options game. I'm actually learning a whole bunch about options. I wanted to actually show you guys just how much, like, I mean, a lot of people think that, like, you're bullshitting whenever you make claims, like you're taking a whole bunch of notes and just actively learning. I mean, literally, you can see I have just like pages of notes just of options. And I stopped last night, or not last night, I stopped yesterday afternoon, right before I went to go look for laptops and desktops. How's it going, Josh? Good morning. Happy Monday. Time to make some more money. It's actually been a crazy last 12 to 24 hours. So I had the live stream Sunday stock watch as always, and I mentioned I wanted to go look at laptops. So I did a little bit more research on trading options and whatnot, and I decided to go over to Best Buy and take a look and see what they got on an actual store, not just online. And all was good. I was just looking around, didn't make any purchases or anything, and started to come home on a very busy road. If any of my followers are like following me from where I live in Columbia, you know where Stadium Boulevard is. It's like right by the campus, like pretty busy, popular area. You wouldn't expect something like this to happen. There's been a lot of deer around lately. I'm sure you guys know where this story is going. And I saw a deer cross this 50, 60 mile an hour road, 4 to 6 lane road, almost highway through the city. And I saw the one deer, and I know deer usually go in packs. So I was like, well, I see one, I'm going to go ahead and just speed up and get out of here before any more like come. I didn't see any like too nearby, but I know that they tend to go in like packs of 2, 4, 6, sometimes even more. So I hurried up, started speeding, and as soon as I thought I was through it, bam, deer just plowed the side of my car. I didn't see how bad the damage was at first. I know that my car was still driving straight. I made sure to like see if it messed up my alignment or anything like that, which it didn't. SPY actively dropping here. We might see 266, 265 before long. Gonna be interesting to watch here. But yeah, I got home and I checked out the damage. I can pull up my Snapchat if you guys want to see it. The whole just passenger side of my car is pretty much obliterated. I mean, I wouldn't say obliterated. Somehow the doors are still functionable, but it's kind of a dark picture. Let me see. And yeah, sorry about the caption. I was just kind of pissed off. I said deer are fucking stupid. I don't know if you can see it that well because it's a really dark picture, but yeah, I mean, it totally. Hopefully you guys can see it a little bit. Can't tell, but yeah. Good thing is it was only a $1,000 car to begin with. Those of you that know, I bought this car whenever I was getting out of debt. I like to refer to it as my Dave Ramsey beater, because I mean I paid for it with cash. It's not really going to go down, went down in value now. I'll be lucky to get 500, 650 bucks out of it. The only reason I will get any money out of it is because it still runs and drives really good. But yeah, life happens, so it's not a huge deal. I was sitting there thinking, I was pissed off, obviously, but I was like, man, good thing this is a car that's paid for. It's a beater anyways. I wasn't planning on really getting too much out of it when I go to sell it. I'm not even going to report it to my insurance because I believe I have liability insurance, because when I got the car, I told them, look, I want the most basic insurance. Like, I don't care. I told them straight up, I was like, I don't care if a deer hits it. Now I'm kind of regretting that, but it's just not even really worth it to mess with the insurance company, because obviously when you make claims, they tend to kind of hit you really hard. But how's it going, Felix? I barely hit back end of a coyote. Did it? Wow, damn. Was that like on a highway? How fast were you going when that happened? This, luckily the deer, like, as it always seems to happen, same thing happened to my grandma, same thing happened to my dad, both times when I was driving with them. Wow, Spy is like free falling. It seems like deer always seem to hit like from the side. Sounds like you might have hit them head on. Wow, hopefully you're all okay. Hopefully the car didn't get destroyed. Well, you said the car did 360 in there. Wait, did the car do a 360 in there, or did the coyote? Hopefully the coyote. Hopefully not you and your car. That sounds like that'd be a little painful. Painful for the coyote too, of course. But I mean, some animal. I mean, man, they try to say something. They try to say animals are smarter than humans. I'll tell you what. I don't know. I'm starting to really question that. I mean, I like some animals, but God, look at Spy. It is just, since pre-market hours, just free falling right now. I mean, it's down only about a fourth of about 0.4, about 0.5%. But man, just look at that. But yeah, I mean, so I was a little pissed off about that. I was kind of mad that I didn't buy. I mean, I wasn't mad. I mean, I don't like to make decisions like buying. I don't really like spending more than $500 like that. I like kind of thinking on it overnight, trying to find obviously the best deal and all that. Due diligence, as I like to always refer to. But I think Spy will probably bounce around 266. In all honesty, we'll see. But that's just my 2 cents right now. Looking at the 5-10 day. Yeah, I think around if we pass 266, 265 is not now realm of possibility. Which I know we had a viewer yesterday. Who was it actually? Someone had Spy puts. I forget who it was. Melvin, I think, if I remember right. He was talking about having puts at 265. He still might see that today, in all honesty, especially if we have a red day. Right now, Spy overall is still up about 0.5%. So I mean, it has a lot of room to make up if it wants to go red today, but he might see that. But like I said, I think we'll bounce around 266. Looks like we've already. God damn, what's going on? Get back out of here. Looks like Spy is already bouncing, so we'll see. But I was going around 50. My brother hit a German Shepherd on a highway. Dog lost me. Dang. Car was totaled. Yeah, I mean, mine would probably be totaled if I were to report it, because I mean, the car is only about $1,000. It's worth about $15. I did get a good deal on it, but it's only worth about $1,000. And I mean, literally, I'd probably have to replace the fender, 2 doors, the mirror. It cracked my windshield slightly, like right on the edge, so I'm worried that it might eventually crack across, especially if we have another cold night and I have to like turn my heat on. Obviously, that like causes windshields usually like bust across or something. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But I mean, there's just so many things that would have to happen with the car that they probably total, in all honesty. But I mean, it's still run. Like I said, I mean, the only reason I even still think it's worth maybe $500 to $700 is just because I mean, it's a good running. Like, I've literally went through and fixed everything mechanically that was wrong with it myself, because I just grew up on doing stuff yourself. Essentially, my grandparents, my grandpa and dad, uncle, everybody like kind of builds classic cars and has always worked on cars for somewhat of a living. And it's just something I grew up doing, is taking care of your own stuff. But yeah, I mean, the car runs really well. It only has about 150,000 miles for a 04. And I mean, it's in overall just really good shape mechanically. Obviously, now from the outside, it looks like a crushed can of food or something. I don't even know. It's just, but like I said, drip is green. Yeah, I seen that this morning. Drip was at, yeah, it's around 1010 still. Let's go ahead and take a look at that really quick. Obviously, I got out of drip around $10 on Friday. Very active this morning. I can't lie to you guys. I kind of slacked off last night after hitting that deer and whatnot. I didn't do like anything stock market wise. I don't know how oil futures has. It looks like it's wow, it's down about $1. Like I said, I would not be surprised if we're obviously seeing a pullback with oil. I said I still believe in the near future oil is going to continue up to $70, maybe even 75. But I said overall, I would not be surprised if sometime this week for sure oil is going to pull back, because look at it, oil, and we'll go ahead and look at Gush too. You can see not on the 1 day, obviously 1 day we're having a huge pullback, but look at like the 10-day and 20-day chart. If it'll load. Hopefully it'll load. Is the stream doing alright, by the way? Looks like we are. 4 people tuning in. How's it going, everybody? Didn't mean to hit that. Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I don't know why it's not. Okay, there we go. So see, we still have room for a pullback. I wouldn't be surprised if we come down to around $65 before the pullback is quote-unquote complete. But overall, like I said, I still believe oil is going to trend up to $70 at some point, because that's obviously, I think, where about the next resistance is. As well as just all the news surrounding oil, commodity, like in general. We mentioned something about Syria with oil. I don't remember, but it's obviously going to be interesting to see what happens there too. But same thing when you look at Gush, XOP, etc. They still have lots of room to pull back. Already down about 1.5%. Could still easily drop another 10 to 12%. By the time all said and done. And obviously it can drop below the SMA. The SMA is not necessarily your quote-unquote key indicator when it comes to how far something can drop. Obviously you've seen it's gone under the SMA by what? About 10% before. So I mean, do I think that's going to happen necessarily? No, that's like 20-30%. I don't really see it dropping that much this week at least. Could it free fall the whole week and possibly by the end of the week be around $20 again? Yes, but is that realistic? Probably not. Like I said, I think oil is going to continue up to 70, which for Gush that would probably mean making new recent highs. I don't know about 37. We might get near 30 to 35, but by recent highs, I mean ever since this sell-off. It's going to be interesting to see for sure what happens there. But obviously right now, Gush down about 1.25% right now, 1.5%, bouncing around there. And then on the flip side, obviously Drip still hovering around $10. Yes, like I said, I'd probably regret somewhat getting out of Drip at around 10. I could have got it for 10.10, which would obviously have been like about $5 more for me, but not a huge deal. I was just ready to get out of that, in all honesty. How's it going, Search You? What do you have for today? What are you looking at? Actually, I'm assuming you just tuned in. I'm still waiting on funds to settle. It looks like the rest of my deposit from, what was it, Thursday or Friday, of $300, the rest of the $155 is going to be available. Let me go ahead and get my Robinhood account pulled up. That way you guys can see what exactly I'm looking at and what I'm talking about. And by the way, did you guys get on Robinhood this morning and see that Gush and Drip were listed as not available on Robinhood temporarily this morning? There was a lot of news, like a lot of people were freaking out about it because they were holding a bunch of Drip shares that I know, especially within that TechBud Solutions group that hopefully the camera's not shaking. Sorry about that. I might need to mess with it actually. Try to tighten it up a little bit. But yeah, a lot of people were like freaking out about that. But now Drip is back, and you can actually, I mean, you could click on it, but when you go to click trade, it would say Drip and Gush actually. It said these are not supported on Robinhood at this time. So I actually emailed them and I said, please get back to me ASAP. They got back to me in like 5 minutes actually. I was pretty surprised about that. But yeah, so they are back and active now. And as you can see, my account, I only have about $7 of buying power. All of this is going to be available tomorrow. I believe tomorrow at least, because PDT and all that, I think it's all going to be available tomorrow. Or not PDT, it's just I have to wait for the funds to settle. And they said they are going to be available on the 17th. So yeah, that's tomorrow. And then I do believe the rest of my $300, there'll be another $155 added to this. They were holding the extra $155, and it said it wouldn't be available until it was like shown as pulled out of my bank. And I checked my bank account this morning, and I'll even show you guys here if it'll load. It shows, boom, $300 taken out. Oh, let me make sure I'm not showing too much info. I don't think I am. No. Yeah, $300 withdrawn from Robinhood, or transferring to Robinhood, whatever you want to say. So I should literally be right around $1,000 tomorrow. I'll probably be at what, 991, 992, something like that. So going forward, I'm going to split that in two. I'll probably do about $400 to $500 each day trading. I'll probably start out with 400 and then just keep like an active balance of about $100 of buying power. Just as a little buffer, I guess you could say. I don't know, but we'll just see with time, of course. But yeah, as for today, I'm just here more for you guys than for me, in all honesty. Obviously, like, I can analyze a whole bunch of charts and get ready for tomorrow, but I'm more here for you all today than myself. So yeah, maybe that was a sign to invest. Yeah, and dear. What does buying power mean? Buying power is just essentially kind of how it sounds, in all honesty. It's just the amount of funds that you have available to you that you can use to buy shares of stocks, essentially. So it's more important when you're using cash accounts, because let's say, like right now, you can see, if we go back to Robinhood, oh, we're at the home already. So as you can see, I thought my history was up here. I guess I have to like go here. So you can see that, oh, it's in my notifications. That's where it is. So you can see that I sold drip. Oh, I thought it was higher than 990. I thought it was around 10. Either way, I sold drip. Wow, I'm really kind of kicking myself for that. That's $10 that I would have made extra. But so I sold drip on the 13th. Won't be available till 17th. Because you have to wait like when you have a cash account, you have to wait a whole business day for those funds to settle. Sometimes it's even 2 business days. Usually, from what I've seen, it's 1. With everything that I bought, I think if we click on it here, you'll even see it will say, yeah, see settlement date. It'll tell you when the settlement dates are, and I believe it's the same here for FTFT. Yeah, settlement date April 17th. So yeah, you really have to wait, like, not just the trading day, that does not count as the business day. You have to wait a whole nother business day, and then the funds will be available after that. So I sold them on Friday, had to wait Friday, and then had to also wait Monday. And yeah, so it's more important with a cash account. Obviously with Robinhood Instant, those funds obviously quote unquote become available instant. However, those funds are not settled. That is why you have to be very careful around the PDT rule, because if you start trading with funds that are not settled funds, then you will be labeled as a pattern day trader, and they will pretty much lock your account for 90 days. So that's just a quick overview of PDT, and definitely making sure. Now, if you have an active account balance of like 25,000 or higher, then it pretty much sounds like PDT, I wouldn't say doesn't apply to you, but you definitely have more range of freedom within the PDT rule. So yeah, that's just a quick overview of PDT. If you guys have any other questions about that, like I said, I have a video about it already, but I'm obviously here to talk about whatever. So if you want me to go over that, I'll be happy to do that as well. Drip is now down to 988. Wow, this thing is such a piece of shit, God, man. I don't know. Yeah, see, drip is almost like TVIX to me. You kind of think you know what's gonna happen with it, and then boom, it's just like, nope, you thought. But so you can't use it there. No, I can't. No, because like I said, the buying power is around $7 right now. This is what I could use. Tomorrow, this all will be available. Like I said, this stuff that I sold on Friday will be available on Tuesday, and as well as my other 155 or 145, whichever it was. I believe it's 155 that Robinhood is kind of holding to make sure. I don't know if they're trying to make sure that it's going to clear my bank account or what. Like I said, I'm actually kind of surprised they did that. That's the first time since I've been depositing money into Robinhood that they've held it. So I'm kind of surprised about that. I don't know if there's a certain dollar amount they'll withdraw from your bank account each month before they have to start holding or something. There might be some rule behind that as well. I don't know, but definitely worth looking into. How's it going, Aunt G? Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Due to make some money this week. Obviously, last week I mentioned was the worst week of my young trading career. Really anxious to see what's going to happen this week. I told you guys I'm probably going to possibly take a few positions on some penny stocks this week. CCIH is already up about 1% this morning. This is one that I'm slightly watching just because I see it has potential. I don't know if you guys see, I drew some trend lines for the possible range that I see being possible. Obviously 120 was the recent low. It's already at 125, or yeah, 125 right now, and has potential to go clear up to about 147, 148. Obviously 150 is the high recently, but I like identifying what I like to call the realistic range. So let's say it comes up here to 130 and you were to hop in. Obviously this is all in theory. And then let's say you just wrote it up to 145. That's 11% profit potential there. And why did I identify the potential range there? I believe we looked at the 180 day, and then we zoomed in right in here. Actually, I don't want to zoom that much. Let's go ahead and take it right there. So what I see is that the SMA is actively trending down. So I wanted to identify the possible high lower than the SMA. The SMA is currently right around 153. So I went ahead and did it at 147 just because, like I said, as this continues to quote unquote trend down, watch the SMA also continue to trend down. What does that mean? It's going to make lower highs and possible lower lows. So this trend line right here, I don't remember exactly why I put it right there. I think I did just because of this one, because of just recent patterns. Like right in here, you see it continues to bounce right here. I mean, obviously it has gone lower than that, but it's obviously rebounded. Like, does this at all mean that this is the lowest it's going to go? No, absolutely not. But this is just my overall general. This is what I like to call the target zone. Essentially, as long as it stays within this target zone, I would consider investing in this. Obviously, you want to wait for signs of confirmation before hopping in, but I mean, there's obviously mass potential within this for quick day trades. I obviously don't like to hold penny stocks overnight. I don't even really, in all honesty, like penny stocks. Obviously, you guys know I don't really like penny stocks that much. But when I see a potential for 5% in 3 minutes, 6% in 3 minutes, 10% in 30 minutes, I mean, that you obviously need to take note of that. So, and when I looked at the 5-day, I saw that there's mass potential in this. When we looked at, let's see, that was Friday, so this was Thursday. When we looked at Thursday, this is obviously the 5-minute chart. But like, look here. Obviously, what I like to see is these big red candles. I like to call these panic candles. I know there's a term for it, but I like calling them just panic candles. Obviously, you can see bigger ones, obviously, but I like to just see them at least like about this size. Obviously, this is just the range that it moved within that 5-minute period. So what you always want to wait for is you want to wait for like a mini confirmation. When penny stock stuff can happen so fast that you don't want to wait for necessarily a full-fledged confirmation, because you never know how long it's going to last. Obviously, these are 5-minute candles, so within one, let's just go ahead and look. So you waited till about 138. Obviously it came down to 133, so you waited till 138 to get in, and then let's say you wrote it up here in a period of 37 minutes, you went up 4%. So that's what I mean when it comes to penny stocks. Like, I just look for really quick flips more than anything. See, and that's one thing that you do want to be wary of, because you see a green candle right here, but then you see a red candle. So you always need to be careful, of course. Be quick to cut losses, be quick to cover profits. Just because you see a volume rush does not mean that it's going to go up. You see the volume rush because the bidders outdid the buyers when it came to that rush of volume. So that's why you saw this continued pattern downwards on Friday. But it's going to be interesting to watch and see what happens here with this one. It had a huge push actually right out of the gate, hopped up to about 128. Right now it's at 124. Like I said, I'm just watching it more for tomorrow, of course, to see what happens. Fat is already at 47. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. I haven't even looked at that one before. So that one is up almost 10% already. Wow. Let me look here. I always like to look at 180 day no matter what the stock is. So it is actively trending down. So there is obviously a bigger risk. I don't know actually why it's trending down so much whenever it looks like the earnings wasn't horrible, wasn't bad. They gave out dividends. Earnings, I mean, yeah, I don't really see why this one is actively trending down. Yeah, I don't understand that in all honesty. I mean, obviously stuff can happen within a company. I don't know anything about this company, but it doesn't really have a lot of volume either behind it, so obviously be careful with that. Obviously be careful with that for sure, but yeah, looks like this morning is right out of the gate, hopped up 10%. I personally would not mess with this one just because, like I said, I'm not a huge risk taker. All signs are pointing towards highly overbought. I never like that when it comes to investing. Could this thing continue up and be one of your quote-unquote huge, what is 10 stocks like to refer to them as supernovas or whatever? Could this be one that goes up 20-40% on the day? Sure. Is it realistic? Probably not. That's why I'm a very conservative trader, investor, whatever you wish to refer to me as. I'm very conservative. Like, when I see a big mover like that, and then I look at just the general pattern, could it come up to like $7? Yes. But obviously it's actively trending down. And then you see here, what does it do? It has this huge rushes where it'll go up. I mean, how much did it go up here? It went up about the same, about 9-10%. In a matter of, this is a 30-minute chart, so in a period of 30 minutes, it went up about the same as it did this morning. So what would you expect? Higher, lower, obviously, like I said, it's trending down. So what's it generally going to do, generally speaking? Could it reverse and go back up? Sure. But generally speaking, based off the general pattern of it actively trending down the last 180 days, or even the last 3 years, it looks like, apparently, what would you expect? You expect for this to continue to make lower highs and lower lows. So I wouldn't be surprised here if we top out around 650 and then get rejected and continue back down and possibly make a new low, say 540, 550, or even lower. Who's to say? So for that reason, I'm out of that stock. Obviously, I can't get in anyway, so I don't be able to buy like one share. But yeah, no, I would just wait for it to sell off again and look to revisit it at some point. I'll probably go ahead and set an alert on it, probably around 5:59. That way, I'll know that it's making the new low. So yeah, I'll do that, but I'm not gonna add it to my watch list just because I'm not, in all honesty, I'm not that interested in the stock. But if it can make a new low, I'll expect it again. I'll expect another pump. Let's look at the last 20 days even, see if this is a general pattern with this. So yeah, see, I mean, it continues to just, it has these quick rushes, sell off, rush, sell off, rush, sell off, little sell off, sell off. What would you expect now? Sell off. So just be careful. Like I said, I'm never going to tell you guys when to invest, what to invest in, or whatever. All I'm doing is my own form of technical analysis. I don't know anything about most of these companies. I go more based off of charts than news. Obviously, when it comes to bigger stocks and whatnot, I take news into account, especially when it comes to ETFs and all those. But yeah, as for this one, I'm going to wait for it to make a new low because I don't really see it reversing anytime soon. I mean, 3-year charts trending down, 1-year chart trending down, 180-day trending down. I mean, yeah, I think it'll continue to make lower lows. But yeah, by all means, if you see value in it, then go ahead and hop in. ENG, how's it going? CANN and I feel like we talked about CANN on Friday too. Let's take a look at that. I don't remember it exactly. Wow, it's also up about 10% already this morning. Has some eye boogers in my eyes. It's also up about 10% already. Was this one that was actively trending up? Oh, okay. I don't remember this one in all honesty. How's it going, Mom? Apparently I earned your subscription. Welcome. If you, like I said, if you guys are new, definitely be sure to shout yourself out. Let us know where you're from, what your trading style is, or why you wanted to subscribe to the channel. Always like connecting. That's the whole point of this channel, just to connect with like-minded people. But so this one. Let's see. Wow, now it's at 10.5. This is a quick mover. One thing to be careful of is that it's now above the SMA. What I want to see is for it to obviously it's got to have a pullback at some point. When it pulls back, I want to see it bounce at or above that 180-day SMA to show confirmation that it is going to continue to actively trend up. And yeah, same thing here. Like I said, I want to see it bounce at or above the SMA. Obviously, it has a lot of room to potentially fall. Wow, 40%, 50, 60% potential to fall. So again, be very, very wary and careful of these stocks. 5 days isn't quite so bad. So it's about a 10-20%. Come on, damn it. 20% potential drop. Doesn't mean it's going to happen whatsoever. You can see it's continued to actively been trending up, which I love. If you were to catch it on the rise up, I mean, you would have literally like almost tripled your money by now. So obviously, I don't like to hold penny stocks. What is this company, anyways? Can't tell. I don't know why it won't let me pull it up. But CN level 2 is crazy. Bid size 519. Good lord. Be careful with this one. This is like classic no, be careful with this one. Some crazy shit could happen really quickly. Either this thing's gonna skyrocket here in a minute and go up another 10-20%, or I see it crashing before long. Or not, you know what I'm saying? I mean, to me that's a crash. If you drop 10-20% a day, that's a crash to me. To me at least. Obviously penny stocks, they're no more as pullbacks or panics, but I don't like this. MACD is also showing high-low overextended. Everything's pointing towards signs of pulling back or having a huge sell-off. So I don't personally like this one. Obviously, what I do like is it's actively trending up of late. I mean, this is a 5-day, 20-day shows that it was apparently. Yeah, just be careful. This is. I think I remember going over this one, and I don't remember. Oh, I did add it to my watch list. Huh. I can see why I did, because I mean it is actively trending up of late, which obviously you always love when it comes to investing, trading, whatever you like to do. But yeah, this activity is a little crazy, so be careful. Notice too, just be careful. I mean, stuff could happen. It's already down 1% in the last 30 seconds. So yeah, apparently I got some news on KONE. It's up 6% so far. Do you guys want to take a look at that one? So this one is obviously a crazy mover as well. I have this on my watch list just because of the potential. It looks like every single morning, I mean, I don't say every single morning, but it seems like this one is a really huge mover in the mornings. You can see it's up it was up 6%, it's already down to where it's only up 3%. But this one seems to be like a really quick mover, like really quick actually. You can see here from around open until the high, it moved up 11% in a matter of what, 22 minutes. So this one is a really, really quick mover. Again, always be careful with these. These can be highly manipulated, of course. Yeah, we talked about getting in at $2-3. Oh wow. Damn. I mean, yeah, sometimes you win some, you lose some. I'd rather play it safe and not take a position on something I don't necessarily know or believe in. Like Cone right now, it has a good 3-candle run. I would look for it to pull back very soon. It's up 4% right now on the day, but that's not what I'm really looking at. Off of its quote-unquote recent low on the panic candle, I like to call it, it's already up about 5% from that candle. So again, I'll look for it to possibly pull back here soon, or maybe it might have a huge green candle and then pull back. But with these penny stocks, you generally don't see. I mean, it could like take off and continue up and like make a high or something. But look at the MACD too; it's showing signs that it's about to be time to sell. So don't be surprised if this thing pulls back real soon. It's at 686. But yeah, as for CANN. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd rather not take a position if I'm not 100% comfortable with something and miss out on profits. I'd rather kick myself for going, dang, I should have got in, than kicking myself for going, shit, I should have never got in, or shit, I should have got out, like I did with FTFT last Friday. But, how's it going this morning on stream? Hopefully the stream is doing alright. Hopefully we're not having any issues. We still have 5 people currently in. Hopefully everyone is doing well this morning. Man, I keep hitting that. Hopefully everyone is doing well this morning. Come on, let me exit that out. Get out of here. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of hanging out right now. Cone's kind of hanging out right now. Oh yeah, you said CGIX too. I forgot about that one. CGIX. Wow. Up 46% today. I mean, if you're really into penny stocks, by all means, this one might be. I mean, this one is a huge mover. This looks a lot. This reminds me a lot of FTFT. Because I mean, let's say you got in right now, right around. But be careful, because as soon as it goes up like this, what can it do? You can see another huge red candle like this and watch it continue to trend down. So I want to at least wait for it to kind of quote unquote bottom out. I think it will around about where it is right now, around 140 is where I think it might bounce. It's at 141 right now. Again, just wait and see what happens on these 1-minute candles. But by all means, if you hop in, say, okay, we got a green candle. Let's say you waited for some confirmation around 143 and just rode it up to not even the high of 155. Let's say all you do is ride it up to 149. You're looking at 4 to 5%. So in a matter of seconds or minutes. So there's potential. Just again, be very careful. Be quick to get out and cover profits or cut losses, of course. So yeah, I mean, there's huge potential here on the 1 minute chart. Say you got in right here, 140, wrote it up. That's 8%. Obviously, you never want to really wait for a high. Let's say you're a gambler and are about that life. You're looking at 10, 11% at that point. So you caught it on this rise, 18%, and how much time? 4 minutes. So, like I said, that's what I like about penny stocks. Obviously, with how crazy my life is right now with working overnight and still wanting to do this full time during the day. What I say, wait till around 140. It might go a little lower, wait for a bounce. But obviously, like with my trading style, I kind of want to adjust a little bit to more of quick mover, something that I can make profits in minutes or half hour. I don't want to be sitting here in all honesty all day. I mean, I love doing this stuff, but on the days that I have to work from midnight to 8, in all honesty, I only get maybe about 2 hours of sleep while I'm at work, sometimes 3 if I'm lucky. But so coming in, I'm usually pretty tired. I mean, I want to be done in all honesty just after lunch hour, so that way I can get a nap before my girlfriend gets home at 5 o'clock. But point being, I need to adjust my trading style a little bit. That way I can get my quick movers, get my profits, be done for the day, and then get to you guys, help you guys out as much as possible. But yeah, see, look, it's continuing to drop. It's now 136. I didn't expect it to get this low. So be careful with this. Like I said, wait at least for a green candle. I can't stress that enough. Just because a candle turns green does not mean that it's going to stay a green candle. We saw, I believe it was this one, was a green candle for a brief second, and then it continued down. So it looks like it's trying to bounce right now. Wait at least and see if this can remain a green candle. I'd like to, again, wait for confirmation. I'll probably still wait till at least 141. Again, if you got it, and then let's say you ride it up to like 149, that's 5%. So again, that consistent profit every single day. You don't need to be looking for these super knockouts of 40%. Is it great to catch them here and there? Yes. When you become a more experienced trader and get a little bit of meat under your belt, then yeah, I mean, try to look out for those quote-unquote supernovas. But man, my neck is sore. But when you're starting out, I cannot stress enough just consistent growth. If you can grow your account by literally 4, 5, 6% every single day, can you imagine how quick you're, just let's put that in perspective really quick, because I know I have a lot of people that are starting out with small accounts. I started out as my account's still really small. I mean, I'm just around $1,000. But I know I have a lot of people are starting with like $50, $100, $500, maybe even less. Just imagine, if you can put this in perspective, if you can average 5% a day, which I mean the average trader, like experienced trader, from what I hear, averages about 7 to 10% a day. So I like to use 5% kind of as a baseline, more as a goal. If you can average 2% a day, 3% a day, 1% a day, if you can average positive every single day, you're doing what, 90, 95, I like to say 99, because I mean I hear a lot of failure stories compared to success, a lot actually. But if you can profit at all every single day, you're doing what 90, 95% of the market cannot do for some ungodly reason. But mostly because they gamble and get what's the word I'm looking for? Get overconfident, get greedy, like me. I got greedy on Friday with FTFT. I think because I was trying to chase my drip losses. Look at drip, still falling. I got greedy trying to catch up my drip losses, even though I knew it was almost next to impossible with FTFT with my small position of how many shares did I buy? I don't even remember now. But I was chasing. I was up 5.5%, somewhere around there. I should have covered, but I didn't, and I paid the whatever for it. But again, back to what I was saying. Let's say you can average 5% a day. Let's say you're day trading and you're not splitting your account up. Let's say that you're just trading with your account balance every other day. Usually you can do about 10 market days out of that. So if you can take your 5%, and this is without compounding interest too. I can't stress this enough. Compounding interest is what literally causes your account to have like a mathematical explosion. This is just base, like not including compounding interest or anything like that. I highly suggest you guys read the book. I believe it's actually just called Compound Effect. I highly suggest you guys read that. It's an awesome book. It's a short book. I actually think I might have it in the description of this video. I don't remember. I use a template for like description usually. But yeah, definitely be sure to check out that link. I always look, whenever I post links, especially when it comes to like buying books and stuff, I always look for like the cheapest price on Amazon and whatnot. So I believe the book's only like $7 or $10 right now. But anyways, point being, if you can do that 10 days out of the market month, 5, pretty much 2 market weeks essentially, being able to do it every other day, come on, 50%. That's before compounding interest. You grow your account 50%. And that, of course, is the average. Are you going to average literally 5% every single day? No. You're going to have losses. You're going to have bigger days. You're going to have days where you average 6, 10, 12%. You're going to have days where you average minus 3, 5. It depends on where you cut your losses, where you set limit losses, in all honesty. CGIX is still dropping, so be careful with that one. But I'm saying on average, if you can average 5% a day, that's growing your account roughly 50% a month before compounding interest and everything like that. So, I mean, just imagine if you take a $1,000 account and grow it 50% in 1 month. That's $500 added to your account. So, and again, that's before compounding interest. So, I cannot stress that enough. Just quality trades, knowing when to cut losses, knowing when to cover profits. Again, I keep preaching that to you guys, and last week I just went against everything that I preached. I did go back to my drawing board, as I mentioned, and I'm definitely ready to go this week. I'm motivated to see what I can do this week. JNUG is up just a little bit. Gold futures are up $4. Wow, it's right around that make or break resistance at 1350. So if you're into ETFs, gold ETFs, look, it got up to 1352 and it got rejected. Why did I call that the resistance? I say around 1349, 1351 is a resistance. Why? Because look, literally, let's draw the resistance right in here. Maybe. Come on. Come on. So why did I identify that as resistance? Well, just look. Every time he gets up to right around here, 1355 might be the main resistance, because it seems to get up a little bit above this line that I drew. But pretty much right around 1350, 1355 is where it continues to get rejected. You see, it tried to push up to 1370. One thing to watch is that it seems to get a little higher each time. So I would not be surprised, in all honesty, if we could say hit 370, 371 or something. But right now it's having trouble getting, again, past 1350 to 1355. Every time that happens, it has a minor sell-off. And then what would happen then is you would want to hop into JDST. Obviously, you want to wait for some form of confirmation before doing so. As you can see on the 10-day, 30-minute. Obviously, on the 30-minute, the candles are still green, so you want to wait for some form of confirmation before hopping in too early. MACD is still showing time to buy, and that it could continue up a little bit more. So again, just be careful with that before you try to hop into JDST. But I think JNUG might be on its last leg temporarily. Of course, I look for gold to continue up in the spring and summer months. To keep making newer quote-unquote highs and lower highs. Higher lows. So yeah, just obviously I always look out for all kinds of stocks and ETFs, and I like to kind of just break these down for you guys. Would you rather have $1 million now or double 1 penny for 30 days? Let's see, double 1 penny for 30 days. I haven't had that question before. I feel like there's a trick behind that question. Let me pull out my calculator really quickly. So you're going to gain a penny or double 1 penny. Okay, I didn't see that. Double 1 penny for 30 days. So plus. Oh, okay. I assume so, because I knew every time I hear something about a penny compared to $1 million, the penny always wins because, again, of that compounding. I mean, the power of just the word compound is just amazing. Yeah, I kind of assumed so. Thanks for not making me break down and do all that math. It's been a while since I did actual compounding math. That's why when I refer to compound, I'm not gonna lie. When I refer to compounding interest, and I always tell you guys straight up, this does not include compounding interest because compounding interest is very, very complicated. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. once you actually like get down how the calculations work, it's not that hard, but it is complicated. And I know for a lot of like new viewers, I don't want to like run them off with, oh my god, this is like complicated stuff. I like to keep it as simple as possible. But yeah, I mean, the power of just compounding. I mean, he just literally said it. Like, if you were to take the double of 1 penny for 30 days, you're gonna beat the $1 million. Now, obviously, when it comes to $1 million, you can hop in here and invest and make 10%. 10% $1 million is what, $100,000. I mean, obviously, there's different variables behind everything, but yeah, I mean, if you were to just take $1 million versus getting the penny, doubling the penny every 30 days, for 30 days, then yeah, the penny's gonna win just because of the power of compounding interest. Someone just added me as a friend on Snapchat. Yeah, again, if you guys, I don't know if it was a viewer, I'm assuming it is because I don't know who it is in all honesty. But again, you all are more than welcome to add me on my social media. I've even put it on I finally figured out how to put it on my banner on YouTube. I was pretty thrilled about that. But it would be over 5 million. Wow, that's insane. So yeah, I mean, even if you invested that 1 million and made 10% off of it, you're not gonna beat the penny. So yeah, that's that's insane. That's a really good example, actually. Thanks for putting that out there for us, Felix. Is that a cat in your picture, by the way? I can't tell. Looks like Garfield almost. But steel right now is up a little bit. Steel is definitely a good potential like 1 day or 2 day swing trade. Just look at this movement. I mean, again, what I want to wait for, I would personally want to wait for some sort of a pullback. Looking at the 180 day. Looking again at the 180 day again, you see recently, what I want to look at more is right here. What I want to wait to see, you see I drew a trend line right here around $39. What I want to wait for is, again, a pullback to around like $34, or I want to see if it can break above 36 and stay above 36. You've seen that on Friday, we watched it. It broke above 36, got up to around 37, then got rejected and sold off most of the day on Friday. Before like the end of the day, it started to try to turn back up. But again, it keeps having trouble right around 36. Right now it's at 35.76. Again, I want to wait for it to either pull back to around 34, or I want to see if it can break above and stay above $36, $37 and show like active signs of trending up. So what I'm going to do is set an alert probably around 37.12. I'll create an alert for at or above 30. I'll say 37.10, at or above. That way I'll know to revisit it and see if it's having confirmation that's actively staircasing or something up to around $39, $40. Good thing is look at this SMA. It's starting to flatline and actually try to turn back up. So we might see this try to burst on up to $40 before long. That's why I went ahead, again, set it at 37.10. Obviously, you're missing out on a little bit of profit, but again, I think the potential risk versus reward is there. That's why I'm waiting. And then what I'll do also is set an alert for around 34.25 to see my pullback. That way I don't forget about it. 34.25, boom, there we go. So yeah, that's my 6-year-old cat. Looks like that. Awesome. But yeah, so steel, again, there's potential. You can see just how up and down it is. Looking at the 10-day, you can see, I mean, it's just a quick mover. I mean, it has a red day, has a huge green day, has a red day, has a little green, and looks like it might have a red day today by the time it's all said and done. But like, look at this movement. 3%. I mean, it's a quick 3 to 5%, 1 to 2 day easily. This is 2 days right here. In 2 days, up 6-7%. So if you see, like I said, I'm not telling you guys where to invest in, what to invest in, or anything like that. But I mean, if you see value in this kind of pattern, then by all means, look at potentially getting in. Again, make a plan. Look at a plan to buy. Look at a plan to sell, and make the best decision that you see with it. See how we're doing. Got 6 people tuning in. Welcome to anybody that is new. FNSR over 16 is your buy point. FNSR. Okay, so we've seen a good pullback. Let's look at the 180 day first. So it is actively trending down, so just be careful with that. What you can expect, obviously, like we were talking about with, I forget which stock it was for it to make lower highs and lower lows. So it's having a pullback right now. I want to see where it's going to bounce. It looks like it might have already bounced. Let's go back to 10 days. See how we're looking. Right now it's up to 1547. Honestly, I don't even know if I'd wait till 16. I can see why, because you want to wait for as much confirmation as possible. Let's see, 16. Okay, I can kind of see why you wanted to wait till 16, because there's probably going to be a solid resistance around 1570 to 1585 probably. So if you waited till around 16, let me see the potential profit there. Potential profit would be around 2 to 3%. Wait a minute, let me see. 5-day, it's actively trending up. 20-day, it's beginning to show signs of a reversal and actively trending up. Let's look here. So it came below the SMA. Yeah, I want to see a break above the SMA on the 20-day. So yeah, I can see why $16 is your target price point. What I again would want to see is for it to break above the SMA. I would actually wait for it to not only hit 16. I would look for it to pull back and say at or above this SMA on the $20 chart, $20 20-day chart. I'd wait for some sort of pullback to see if it can stay at or above that chart and start to continue that staircase pattern on upwards. If it can do that, say again you wait for the pullback, and say you even wait till like 1606 to get in and look for it to get it to around like 1660, you're again looking around 3.5 to 4%. So yeah, I see the potential in that one. Again, it's not like huge profit potential or anything, but it depends how long you want to hold it. It shows signs of actively trending up for sure, lately at least. So might be a good buy. Just be wary of this. Obviously had a huge panic sell. Wow, it went down like $2 almost in a matter of an hour. But yeah, I mean shit, if you caught it at that low, so you're looking at 6% right there. But obviously you can't expect to catch them all like that. But yeah, I see the potential there. Again, just create a plan, stick to a plan, and do your best due diligence, of course. I broke down my technical analysis of it. I'm not saying you should go by that by any means. I'm just saying if I were to invest in this, that's where I would be, what I'd be looking at. Thinkorswim is really freaking small on my laptop. I look so stupid with my face 3 inches from the screen. I don't know why that is. How do you have your chart set up? Because a lot of it is how your setup is. Again, you don't have to have all this pulled up. Like, you don't have to have level 2 pulled up all the time. You can get rid of it. Boom, you see the chart gets bigger. You can again get rid of, you can edit your studies, and if you want to, you can take MACD out. I would highly suggest at least keep an RSI in, but you don't have to have MACD in there. Again, you can just kind of play around with it. You can move this stuff like that if you wanted to. You can really play with it a lot, just for your own. And then obviously your laptop size. I don't know how big your laptop is. Mine, I believe, is a 15. Mine's the Lenovo IdeaPad 110. It's like a 1-2 year old computer now. I think it's just over a year old actually, but it's about, I believe, a 15 to 16 inch laptop screen. So I have a lot of room. Just imagine mine. I have to keep this chat up too. It's not bad or anything. I mean, I still see everything just fine. But that's also why I'm looking at getting a desktop too, a desktop or a bigger laptop. I think I'm going to go the desktop route just because I already have a laptop. I can take my laptop anywhere. But a desktop, just like me and Josh were talking about yesterday, they don't overheat hardly ever, as far as I know, and they're better just for overall streaming purposes. And I mean, obviously the bigger screen. I'm looking at possibly getting an Asus or the iMac 27-inch. 27 or 21, I can't decide yet. I'm thinking the 27, but again, we'll see with time. I'm not going to do it anytime too soon, but yeah, just again, play around with it and see what you can make happen with it. If you don't like the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, another one you can use is Fidelity. I know Fidelity offers kind of something similar for free. At least I'm pretty sure it's free. I don't have a Fidelity account right now, but I heard they have about the same kind of candle chart setup. But do you buy brand new computers? I personally do, just because I know that there's always a risk. I see that on Amazon they have certified refurbished ones of the iMac for like half the price, but the reviews are kind of bad. It's like 3-star reviews, and Obviously, there's always a risk when it comes to shipping in general, but I like to go and buy mine in person at Best Buy. We only really have a Best Buy here. We don't have like any other. I think Best Buy is really about the only thing left, because as far as I know, all the Radio Shacks are now out of business. We had a bunch of Radio Shacks, but they're all gone. So really all we have is Best Buy, and then you have Target and Walmart. I don't even think they sell IMAX there. But yeah, for the most part I buy my computers new, just because I don't like taking that risk. I sell my computers to people on Facebook whenever I'm looking to get rid of them. When you do that, be careful. Make sure you totally wipe your computer. That way, because let's be real, there are scammers out there or not scammers. I don't even know what to call them other than con artists that buy computers hoping that people didn't wipe their computer, and then they try to steal their identity. Google discount computer. How's it going, Shane? Shane Todd. How's it going? Thanks for subscribing. I love having you guys here. And again, if you're tuning in for like your first time and you're just into stock market and achieving financial freedom overall, we talk about all kinds of subjects here. It's not just stock market related. We talk about everything to achieve financial freedom, and we talk about real life stuff. I just told a story about me hitting a deer last night. That kind of is crazy. But yeah, if you're new, shout yourself out. I don't know which way I need to point. I think it's this way. Shout out like where you're from in the chat, what kind of trader you are, what attracted you to the channel. Essentially, the whole point of this channel again is just to network with a bunch of like-minded people. So Discount Computer Depot, I feel like I've heard of that. Is that when you look up computers on Google, is that one of the top searches? But yeah, I'll be sure to do that. How's it going, Santana? What do you think of CTRV? Let me see here. CTRV. So it's a pharmaceutic stock. I don't generally like these that much. It's at 28 cents, so it's a low cap. See what the volume is. The volume isn't too bad on this. Let's go ahead. First thing I always do is look at 180 day. It had been actively trending down, showing signs that it wants to start trending up. This reminds me a little bit of BPMX and Acre. So now it's above the 180 day SMA, which I like. Just know that it could drop down to 26 cents, like that, obviously being a penny stock. MACD is showing signs of overbought. Everything's showing signs of slightly overbought. So don't be surprised if you see a red arrow start to point down. Be careful here for sure. Right now it's down 5% on the day. Now I want to go and look at the 10-day. Actively trending up. Before I do a full-fledged, just look at 5-day. Big mover. I like that it's a big mover because it has potential for, again, quick trades. Looking at just like the last 2.5 to 3 days. So you can see here in a matter of 9 minutes, it had about a 9 to 10% jump. It's very volatile, so you definitely have to be able to stomach this one. One thing I like now, looking back at the 1 day, is that, okay, be careful. I want to see what happens around the 1 day SMA. The SMA on the 1 day chart, I mean. I would wait for it to break above. I'd probably wait till around 29 cents for an entry point, and I would want to at least get it to up to 30 cents. Again, that's about 5%, 5 to 7% potential. Is that guaranteed? Absolutely not. Good thing is that your MACD showing signs that it's going to start actively trending back up. RSI has a lot of room to move up, so again, I'll probably wait till 29 cents, ride it up till about 30, 30 and a half. That's quick 5% potential. I never want to hold these overnight, so whatever you do, make sure to sell it. If you're me, at least, sell it by the end of the market day. But again, I want to wait for it to start trending back up. It's showing signs that it wants to start going back up, but it's kind of flatlined here the last, how many minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 or 6 minutes is kind of just flatline. I think my chart's behind again. What the hell? Let me see something. Uh-oh. Is it halted, actually? No, I don't think it is. It's not halted, but I don't think it is, at least. Let me look at something really quick. Okay, so no, my chart's not behind. This thing might be halted. Be careful with this. I don't know if it is or not. If you guys know what's going on with this one, please let me know. Mine's showing that it might be halted. Look, the volume is literally, but there is some volume, so I mean, I don't think it's halted, but be careful with this. I bought my dual computer screen with 1-year warranty and very awesome. Again, thanks for that. I'm definitely going to scroll back through the chat here in a little bit and take a look at them on my phone in a little bit. I try to swing trade daily. I have a few long term, but I like the rush of daily swing. I'm really new to this. A week new. Oh, well, welcome. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty new too. I'm not that new, but I'm still pretty new myself. One thing I always like to stress to newer people is penny stocks, especially these really low cap penny stocks. I mean, I'll show you my scanner. I don't know if this is your first time seeing my videos or streams or whatever, but this is like my overall scanner setup. I don't even scan for anything under $1, and I haven't been doing this very long, been doing it for a couple months, but what I learned is that generally stocks that are trending under $1 tend to be what I like to call trash stocks, just because I mean, you can literally lose your money as quick as you can gain. A prime example of this is NBCN. It's trash. I mean, you can literally lose all of your money like that if you don't watch it. It's down 11% already. In all honesty, this one that you brought up, that CTRV, slightly, I mean, I won't say it reminds me of NBCN, but again, I'm wondering if it's halted. I don't think it is because there is volume, but if it's not halted and it's moving like that, I don't like it. I do not like seeing this for sure. But again, it could potentially, I don't like it in all honesty. But again, if you want to watch it, I would again wait till at least 29 cents to get in. That way you see that it's back above that SMA. And then again, you have potential from 29 to 30 cents of 3 to 4%, even 5% potential profit. But never, I always stress, at least from my experiences, never, ever, under any circumstance, hold a penny stock overnight. Period. I mean, I just never will again. That's just from my personal experiences, and I hear a bunch of people all over the internet stress the same thing. Do not ever hold a penny stock overnight, no matter what you see all over the internet about, oh, this stock is, no matter, even on CNBC. CNBC even says on like BPMX, which I don't even have anymore, I don't believe, on my watch list. BPMX and Acre and all those, they say that you should hold it and all that. Penny stocks are just too volatile. I mean, if they were good stocks, if they were really good companies, they wouldn't be penny stocks. Let's be real about that. So that alone, I won't ever hold a penny stock overnight. That's just me personally, though. But yeah, they can be good dailies for sure. Long term, see, a lot of people long term and swing. Everybody tends to have like their own definition of what a long term versus a swing is. To me, a swing is anything over 2 days, 1 to 2 days, between 1 to 2 days and a week or so. That to me is a swing trade. Anything over 2 weeks, like 2 weeks and over, to me, then it becomes long term. Some people think long term is like a month or long. Again, everybody has their own options on that, their own opinions, but good stuff. Thanks. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm obviously here to help. I'm always here to help, and yeah, I mean, I'll never like sugarcoat shit or try to tell you that a stock is good if I think the stock is trash. I'm not saying the stock is trash by any means, but I would just be very careful again. I'd rather be too conservative and miss out on a little bit of profit than gamble and potentially kick myself and be like, shit, I shouldn't have invested in that. And again, I'm never going to tell you guys where to invest, what to invest, anything like that, but I'm definitely here to kind of, I want to protect you guys at the same time, especially those of you like Santana. You're pretty much saying your brain in it. I mean, this market will swallow you and spit you out, spit your bones out if you let it. So just be careful, do your due diligence, don't let feelings. One thing I will suggest is do not ever let your feelings execute your trades, because it will eat you alive. Felix says the winners are ERI, so we got a few here that he wants us to check out. ERI up 15%. It flatlined a lot there. What's that? $41. That's crazy. What the hell happened with this one? 180 day. Actively trending up. Love it. I actually add this to my active watching, and I'll come back and look at it here in a minute. So ERI, OASM up 11% on the day, 180 day. To be honest, this kind of reminds me of seed, so be careful. If you know anything about seed, seed is a pile of shit. So be careful with this one. Damn, the 10-day is pretty high too. Just be careful. This one, be careful with this one. I don't really like it that much. It's a really big mover. Huge potential for profit, but I'll pass on that one. SMSI 180. 1 year is actively turning up. 180 day. Wow, it just broke above the 180 day SMA. Oh no, it didn't. It came back down. That was for a brief second. So it got rejected. Wouldn't be surprised if it came back down. Let's go ahead and zoom back out. I'd say overall support around $1.50. Resistance right around $2. So again, potential. Let me go ahead and look at 5-day before I determine what I want to do with this. I don't know if I like this one or not. There's just such little volume. MACD showing signs that it's going to continue to sell off. RSI shows plenty of room to sell off as well. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes back down under 172 by the end of the day. So for that reason, I'll pass. HEAR, I feel like we talked about this one as well on Friday. On Friday, this one's seeing a pretty big jump, up 30%. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty big jump. Still up 10% on today. This looks to be one of those, again, that moves really quickly in the morning. So for that reason, I'm going to add this. But doesn't mean that I'm going to invest in it whatsoever. But I will come back to it and look at it for sure. Yeah, we did look at this one on Friday. This is here, man. BDX. Wow. Up 8% on the day. Okay. I might like this. Earnings wasn't that good back in, what was this, on the 12th of March, so about a month ago. I don't know why. I don't want to see it continue to trend up, but it's still powering on, but yeah, I might like this one actually. Yeah, so I mean, this one definitely seems like a pretty big mover first thing in the morning. You can see in 9 minutes you made 7%, but then obviously you can lose it just as fast. And then you see this morning in the first 13 minutes you could make again 9%. So yeah, I'll go ahead and add this one too, but it might not stay there very long. The hell? There we go. Let's see here, BBX, ERI. I thought we already talked about that one. Oh, you put ERI twice. Okay. TNDM. Okay, it's doing good, bouncing off the 5-day SMA. I like it. Looks like there might be a resistance right around 780. What would the profit be right there? 4% potential right off the bat. Does that mean it's going to hit it? No. But I'm going to look at 180 day too. Okay. So be careful because it has a lot of room potential to move down. What? 100%? 40%. Okay. I was like, wait, what? 40% potential decline. Potential. Does that mean it's going to happen? No. But just be careful. MACD is also showing signs on 180. Time to start falling. RSI is highly overbought, so again, don't be surprised if it pulls back to at least $5 or $6. This one I'll probably pass on for now. And then did we talk about CDI? Sorry, I think we did. Yeah, actively trending down. I don't like it. Do you think SU hitting 38 resistance? How's it going, Scott? Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I can see that. So I'll go ahead and draw some trend lines really quickly. Here, again, I would identify resistance pretty much like you said, right around 38. If I can get my trend line to cooperate. Next support would probably, I don't know if I want to call this a support because it's so far back. I would probably identify support right around, yeah, I would say right around here. Support right around 34.50 roughly. And then the next one would obviously be a lot lower. So I'm just drawing some quick trend lines here so we can see what we're looking at. Okay, so yes, and you see it's starting to show this sign that it's going to start to kind of fall off. It's already down. Apparently, it's pretty much unched for the day, so I would not be surprised, honestly, if we see this start to take a dip. Let me go ahead and look at the 3-year actually really quickly and see the overall. Yeah, I think 38 is about all that this thing is ever going to reach, in all honesty. Now looking at the 1 day, wow. A good dip buy opportunity this morning. It's only %. I wouldn't really call that worth buying, dip buying. But, so what do I see with this going for? I look for it to, again, get rejected, like you said. And I would look for it to bounce somewhere around maybe 35 or 34.50. It's already down a little bit. But, yeah, again, just all signs are pointing. Can't you see here? It's starting to show signs that it's kind of, what I like to call topping out, meaning that it's pretty much reached as high as it's going to reach before starting to pull back or even possibly sell off. MACD is also, again, showing signs that it's time to sell. RSI is highly overbought. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this trend down for the next few weeks, in all honesty. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. If it can break, I don't know where it would stop, in all honesty, because it hasn't reached much higher than this before. Also, SU has earnings on 4/27. Like, let it drop before. Yeah, so Suncor is apparently an energy company. If I remember right, no, I don't want to say that because I might be wrong, and I don't like to be wrong, so I'll just keep that to myself. But, yeah, in all honesty, I agree with you on that, 4/27. But if the earnings are good, again, I think, yeah, I would not be surprised. Like I said, the next couple weeks, that's about close to 2 weeks out. I won't be surprised if this week it kind of trends down. And if the earnings are good, by all means, I think it'll get down to around 35, 36 before the earnings. Let's say it only gets down to around 36 and has a good earnings, then by all means, you can get back up to around $38. That's 4 to 5% potential. But yeah, if you're going to watch this, again, like you said, the earnings is coming up. I would wait and see how the earnings do. Just kind of watch it drop from now until then. Again, if it does happen to break $38, $39, who knows where it's going to stop. But in the meantime, I think it's going to start to trend down. I mean, look at the MACD and look at the RSI. Everything's just, yeah, all signs are due for this thing to pull back or even sell off. So, yeah, good call out, though. But how's everybody doing this morning? We got 9 of you tuning in. How's everybody doing this morning? Apparently we've gained some more subscribers this morning. Awesome. Love adding people to this community. I'm always looking to network with like-minded people. So again, if you're new, don't be shy. Shout yourself out in the comments there, in the chat there, and let us know like where you're from and what kind of trader you are. If you don't trade and you're just here for more of the financial freedom aspect, what is your goal essentially? What are your goals? Even trading, what are your goals in trading? Do you want this to be a full-time job? Do you like the financial freedom of being able to do something like this during the day? Just give us an overview about yourself. My throat's a little sore this morning. Damn, we didn't get under 266. When did there's someone, I think it was, shoot, we were talking about him this morning. Melvin, was that his name? No, is it? I don't remember. Someone that I was watching yesterday was asking about puts at 265 that he has expiring on the 17th. I don't know, man. Better hope something like this happens. But man, he's gonna be cutting it close. Yes, I would like to do it to be full time. I need more insight on swing trades, more overnight, 2-day max. When it comes to swing trading, you might actually like options. Santana, those are really good for swing trades because you can do 3 months. I don't know if you know anything about options whatsoever. I'm still learning a lot. I mentioned this morning that I took literally pages of notes on options over the weekend. and I'm still learning a lot myself before I hop into options. One thing you need to know is if you're going to do it on Robinhood, you have to have Robinhood Instant. I don't know if you can have Robinhood Gold, but I know you need a margin account with Robinhood to do so. I would not suggest it for brand new people. I'm not even doing it for at least probably another month myself. There's just a lot to learn. I mean, it's not like a lot, but it can be really, really complex compared to just flipping stocks. But what was I about to say? Oh yeah, options are really good for swing trades because you have these contracts that expire 1 week, 3 months even. You can just really kind of play with it for your swing trading style. I think if you look for 2-day, then you might like the 1 week options. But again, there's a lot to learn there, so I would not suggest you just hopping in really quickly or anything. There you go, Kelvin. How's it going? 18. But yeah, options also have a high rate of return. That's another thing you might like. There's Tyler hasn't been in the chat yet this morning, but Tyler does really good on options. He had some Facebook calls, I believe. There were calls at 166 or something like that. It was like last Monday or two. It was before the Mark Zuckerberg deal, and I think it was the morning of, actually. And he made like, oh God, I don't even remember now. It was like 30% in a matter of hours on his Facebook calls. So yeah, options, there's a lot out there. I don't think I'm capable of doing options right now. I'm with you. I think you need more. You need me more. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you definitely want to, if you're not learning, you're losing at the end of the day. And like I said, you should not hop into something too soon. I'm just saying, like from a swing trading standpoint. Another thing is ETFs. ETFs can be really good to swing trade. Like right now, a lot of people are hopping in drip to swing trade just because it's like down to like some of its lowest of lows when you look at the 180-day chart. See the lowest it's hit, and I mean, I think that's the lowest it's hit in like 3 years, if I remember right. Yeah. So I mean, it's the lowest of lowest that it's like ever been, and the potential for it to get back up to $12 is very real. $11 to $12 is very real. It might take a little longer for that to happen. That sounds more like a longer term, probably a couple weeks even. But there's potential even for it to be a quick swing trade on the daily. Like you might, I mean not daily, like on the 2 or 3 day pattern. There's potential for you to make, like you see right here, if you bought it, you'd have made 12% in, no, that's not 1 hour and 50 minutes. Oh, I can't see it. Okay, so that would have been 1 day, 2 hours and 20 minutes. You'd have made 11%. But obviously that's if like you buy at the very lowest and sell at some of the highest. But drip definitely has potential for swing trades for sure. Just depends on when you get in. I don't really like it right now. A lot of people do. A lot of people are buying it up right now for some reason. I like to wait for more of confirmation personally. I would wait for it to actually break like above $10 for sure. And then write it up. I want to see it get back in this target zone that I have drawn out here. You can see that the SMA is just like taking a huge dive south. I think this is just a 10-day. I don't know how the 20-day one looks. 20-day is still a little bit around 12. Yeah, I mean, so $12 for a swing trade is not around the possibility. And I mean, let's say you waited till around $10, wrote it up to near 12. That's 18% potential. A lot of people just love scooping up these ETFs, inverse ETFs when it comes to swing trading. So yeah, you can go that route too. A guy I would definitely suggest you look up. He's the one who really taught me a lot about investing and trading in general is Ricky Gutierrez. You don't need to buy his course or anything. I'll tell you guys that straight up. The course is not absolutely necessary whatsoever. You guys know how I feel about courses anyways. But he has like hundreds of free videos that are very, very straight to the point, informative that you can go through, and he's very good when it comes to ETFs. I'm okay when it comes to ETFs, but by all means, I'm always looking to push people towards the right direction whenever they're getting started, and he definitely has some good videos out there. Like I said, he's the one that taught me a lot of what I know. So, quick little plug for him, I guess. And no, I'm not affiliated with him, by him whatsoever. I actually don't get along with some of his people within his group, but it is what it is. Like I always tell people, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. If I make friends along the way, awesome. But if not, whatever. I mean, it is what it is, right? But yeah, so drip is apparently, has a lot of potential. I mean, I see the potential because, like I said, it's at the lowest that it's been. It's like the lowest has been like for a very, very long time. That is why a lot of people, I think, are saying that it has nothing but potential to go up. But again, you need to be very careful, because I do believe by the time all is said and done, I think oil will hit $70, which would mean what? Drip would continue to trend down. Gush would continue to trend up. Gush is up about 40 cents on the day. Again, for the time being, I'm out of drip. I just don't see the potential that people are seeing in it right now. I think oil, again, I don't know even why, in all honesty. Let me look at XOP really quickly. XOP goes hand in hand with Gush, if you didn't know. Like, see, look at XOP, and then look at Gush. Literally, about the same chart, right? So that's another thing to keep an eye on. That's another one you can probably invest in if you want. I don't know if you can invest in that one, but you might be able to. Check it out on Robinhood and see if you... Actually, I'll do it for you guys really quickly. Boom. Got 7 people watching still. How's it going? XOP. Let's see if we can invest. Oh, I think we can. So yeah, that's another one that you could potentially swing trade. It's up about 0.5% on the day. Not a lot, but has the potential there for sure. Wow, looks like I'm like really looking into my screen. I'm trying not to, but it's hard when you're really into what you're doing. Okay, you guys pull back up here, and yeah, just be careful whenever you're investing. That's all I can really say. Subscribe today. Looking forward to watching your channel and learning. I'm a total newbie. My goal is to learn the basics and start trading slowly. The software that I'm using right now is TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. Thanks again for subscribing. Love to have you here. Again, we're just looking to build a network of like-minded people that are looking to make money. That's what we're all about here, making money and achieving financial freedom more than anything. But this software is the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. It's totally free. All you have to do is create a TD Ameritrade brokerage account. You do not have to fund it whatsoever. You just go through, create your profile, whatever. It'll ask for your social security, and once you get to the banking info, you can scroll down, click save and continue later, something like that, and then it'll take you right to your profile, and then you can get on there and download the Thinkorswim platform. I have a video on how to get real-time data as well. A lot of people have trouble first getting the real-time data on the live version. I have a video about that. And then what I definitely suggest people doing is they have a paper trading version. When you're first starting out, whenever you log in, it'll show, do you want to do live trading or paper trading? Like, there's a little tab where you can click it for live versus paper. I definitely suggest when you're very first starting out, like have not ever invested a dime in your life or traded before, I definitely suggest you guys doing paper trading, at least probably at the minimum your first week, depending on how much time you can put into this. Just because there's no risk. It's pretty much like, I like referring to it as a video game. You're trading with fake money. They give you like, I believe $10,000 or $100,000 of buying power when you're first starting out. So I mean, you're literally using no real money. You're pretty much just, again, you're not playing, but you're thinking as if you were investing with your money. Like what I did was when I first started, like, yeah, they gave me $100,000, but I only used $1,000 because I was like, look, I'm not going to be starting out with no more than $1,000. I'm going to pretty much only use $1,000 as if this was real. So I used my $1,000, I played around, and I learned some, and then I was like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing enough now. I already had a little bit of background on this anyways, but I was like, I think I'm good enough to get going now. So then I decided to hop in with the live trading. So, yeah, I definitely suggest you guys doing that for sure. I mean, even, like, I even sometimes, like, when I can't trade, sometimes I'll hop over to paper trading and just play around and do some paper trading for the day and just see what I could have made if I had done this, this, and this and had the funds available. So, again, thanks for subscribing, and love to have you here. And yeah, TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. That is what this is. And then I use Robinhood to actually execute all of my trades, as you can see. And tomorrow I'm gonna have around $1,000 to, I'm hoping at least, it depends on when these funds will be released, but I'll have $1,000 to invest. What are your thoughts on CLM? Dividend, I think we talked about that a little bit. What was it, yesterday? I know a lot of people that do dividend trading, like they wait for the cash outs on the dividends. Like, I know for the most part you need to be invested in a stock for like 3 business days, 3 market days, something like that, to be able to receive the dividend. And depending on how big that dividend is, if you can catch a stock at the right time, like this one, you might be catching at a right time. Let me look at the 180 day. Okay, so I like that it's trading kind of horizontally. It looks to be in a dip right now. So, I mean, yeah, you might be catching this at a good time. Just be careful, it can continue down to 15.13. But even then, that's not a huge... Actually, it is about 2% loss potential. Just depending on how big the dividend... You just have to take a lot of factors in. How much could the stock go up? How much could the stock go down? Of course. And then how big is the dividend? So... just kind of play it out. This one might not be too bad because the only thing to be careful about is signs are showing that it's time to continue to sell off, pull back, whatever you wish to refer to it as. So again, I won't be surprised if this comes down to around like 15.25. It's kind of unched on the day, hasn't really moved. So again, I won't be surprised if this ends the day red. When is the dividend? I don't know. Again, I don't really do dividend investing there, Josh, but I know a lot of people that do, and I mean they make pretty good money off of it. So, but yeah, I would kind of wait and see what this one does if you can, because again, it's showing signs that it's going to continue to pull back. RSI still has room for it to continue to do so. So yeah. I'm not really into dividend investing, but I know a lot of people that make a killing off of it. So I think it's another one of those where it takes money to make money, like a lot of money. But I might be wrong on that. So if you do that, let me know how it goes for sure. It's a little stuffy in my room. I might have to open a window up. I don't know what the temperature is right now. But yeah, let me see here. So we're down again to 266. I'm thinking what Kelvin meant was this the 18th, not the 17th. But hopefully he can get that 265 again. I still think he will. Man, this thing's been pretty active this morning. But I think he'll get it, especially if it is the 18th. But yeah, I still think he'll get it. What? 34 degrees? What the hell? Yeah, no, I'm not opening my window. Yeah, hopefully this thing will hit 265 for him. Again, I think it will. I mean, on Friday we dropped down to 264 and under 264 for a brief minute. Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried. He's got 2 days. How's it going, the Champ Gamer? What's my email? All of my contact information is on my channel. I think it's in the description as well, possibly of this video. But all of it, if you go to like my main, like the channel page on the, what they call it, like the cover photo or whatever, all the links are now finally posted there. I just learned how to do that this weekend. It's kind of crazy on figuring out how to do that. But yeah, I mean, everything's in there. I believe my Gmail is, Instagram, Facebook. I don't know if Snapchat is, but everything is posted there. I need to start being more active on my Facebook page. I don't really post that often there, but I need to do so more. I'm thinking about starting to go live on Facebook a little more, like just like quick little couple-minute videos live, or maybe not even stock related for some of them, just something to do and interact with you all. But yeah, all that contact information, if it's not in the description of this video, is for sure in the channel page. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Actually, I think I need to update that email. Shoot, let me actually get my channel pulled up here. Do I have a Facebook group? Not yet. I have a Facebook page that like people can like or whatever, but I don't actually have a Facebook page or Facebook group yet. I'm thinking about possibly making a group in the near future, especially, I mean, as we continue to grow. I mean, it looks like every time. Man, I don't know if I want to. Let me go ahead and mute this really quickly. So yeah, you can see that I watch a various of things. So let me see what my actual thing has about. Yeah, that email I need to update. I mean, you can technically reach out to that email. I just don't really check it too often. I need to actually update this. I don't know if I can do it right now or not. But yeah, see, I have my Facebook, Twitter as well, Instagram, Google Plus. I don't know what the Google Plus is. Let me see if that one's right. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the Google Plus one is right if you want to, I don't know if that'd be like the same thing or not, but again, you can reach out to me on any of these, essentially. So yeah, hopefully you can get a hold of me there. I check my Instagram regularly, so really Instagram, in all honesty, is the best way to reach me. Instagram DMs is the best way to reach out to me about anything. But yeah, as for the Facebook group, I don't know exactly when. I probably want to wait till around 300 to 500 subscribers, like followers. I mean, it's not the number doesn't matter. Again, like I don't care how big the channel gets or how small it stays. The whole point is just trying to be able to connect with a bunch of like-minded people that have the same goal of achieving financial freedom at the end of the day. And once I see that there's a demand that people aren't necessarily able to hop on live streams as often or whatever, like, I mean, you probably get what I'm saying. Just like the more that I see the demand being there, the more DMs that I start getting through Instagram, emails and stuff that I start getting, then like I'll obviously see a demand there. And when I see the demand, by all means, I'll go ahead and get on creating one. I'll need to have a few admins probably. I might have my brother be an admin if he wants. I don't know if he's not even really into investing that much, but we'll see. If not, I might even ask a few of you guys that have been with me since day one if you all want to be admins. But yeah, I'm thinking about making a Facebook. I think the first thing that'll happen before the Facebook group though will be some sort of a WhatsApp group chat or a Discord or some sort of just like networking platform that we can like send messages in, send videos, video chats, whatever, like something that we can all just kind of connect on. That's pretty easy, free, obviously. Nothing that anyone's gonna have to like pay subscriptions or anything for. But yeah, so good question. But yeah, right now it looks like the stock market really isn't. It looks like nothing too much is really going crazy right now. ERE is up, wow, or ERI, I mean, is up $5, $6 on the day. HER is up about 50 cents on the day. I really like that one. VRML was one that I was looking at in Sunday Stock Watch last night. Again, if you're a new subscriber, on Sunday afternoons, evenings, usually in the afternoon, like around 3 or 4 o'clock, I go live for Sunday Stock Watch, where I just kind of, again, show you guys my scanner, and we scan for stocks live. I go over stocks that you guys are potentially wanting to look at getting into, and we just kind of break stuff down and talk about the day and the week and whatnot. But as you can see here, right out of the gate, apparently I had a quick little 2% jump early in the morning. Why did I see potential? Okay, so I saw potential in this one because we had this big red candle and that it was starting to go back up. MACD isn't really acting as a good. The indicators aren't really helping us here too much, in all honesty. But I thought I saw a potential. Let me see. Because I know I drew trend lines. I thought at least. Okay, yeah. I want to see it get back above like 118 to 120. And then obviously I want to see what happens with this SMA. I mean, let's say I hopped in around 121, and let's say I wrote it up to 131. That's 7-8% potential. So yeah, I think I'm not really going to mess with this one for the time being. But I want to see a break above again, 118 to 120. TVIX. It's at 804, and it's down a lot lately. TVIX obviously pretty much goes inverse of the market. So as the market goes up, TVIX and VIX overall, /VX, TVIX, everything will continue to trend down. I said once it broke probably $17, $18, that I thought we would see VIX and TVIX and everything overall continue down. Now that it's done that, all signs, in all honesty, all signs are pointing towards this market is starting to pull out of the correction. Obviously, this market has been super volatile, so I mean, I could be eating those words by tomorrow or Wednesday. But all signs are pointing towards at least that this market is finally starting to pull out of this correction, which would mean TVIX would continue down to probably $6. So, because when you look at the 180-day, you'll even see when you look at the market, it goes pretty inverse. I mean, it doesn't go directly inverse of the market. It's a volatility ETN. What that means is pretty much as there's volatility, as the market's going down, those two combine allow TVIX to go up. When volatility is a little low or lower than what it's been, and the markets are up, you see this. It's down 7% so far on the day, and I think the last like week or so, it was up to 12.12, and then the last, how many days was this? The last 12 days, it's went down 33%. So yeah, I would not be hopping in TVIX right now. There has been potential good day trades there, but it's just actively trending down lately, and I'm not liking the outlook on it. I mean, even the little potential that it has, it just isn't worth the risk. The risk versus reward is too, what's the word I'm looking for, too out of whack, to say the least. X is above $36. Steel, essentially, is above 36. So, again, what am I looking for? I want to see if it can stay above it. And I want it to go like another 90 cents to a dollar higher than where it's at now. But yeah, I was really into TVIX too when I first started. And then I got TVIXed, what I like to call TVIX, meaning TVIX kind of butt fucks you. I got TVIXed 3 or 4 different times. So I'm kind of I still have it pulled up because if I see the market start to slide south, I'll definitely hop in. But yeah, for sure right now, I wouldn't even touch TVIX with your money, let alone my money. So hopefully that answers your question for TVIX. Man, my stomach hurts. Ugh. Everything hurts. Throat hurts, stomach hurts. TVIX, I understand. Yeah. You definitely learned your lesson on TVIX. And the thing is when I first started getting into TVIX, I had no idea like how it was correlated to. I didn't know what it even followed. I was kind of just throwing a dart in the dark, and it was bad. See how we're doing. So we got 7 people watching. Hopefully this stream is allowing you guys to. Wow, we had like 11 people for a minute. Hopefully the stream is allowing you guys to see it in 1080 or at least 720 at the minimum. It should be letting you see it in 1080p. If not, I know that sometimes YouTube, I know when I first was with the update on YouTube from a while back, it automatically does it based on your internet connection. So what you can do is like hit the little settings button and then you can like do it yourself. It might cause more buffering depending on your internet and all that, but hopefully you guys can see it in 1080 or 720 at the minimum. I have my camera and my thing here set up for 1080p, so I mean you guys should definitely be sure to see it 1080p. I'm hoping TST works good for me. I see a good trend, and if on stays TST, I'm assuming that's penny. Yeah, it's penny stock. Okay, yeah, I see what you see where it's actively trending up. Just know that it is definitely overextended on the 180 day, which means that it has potential to drop 20% whenever it wishes. Do I think it will? No, because it's showing the staircase pattern of actively trending up. I just wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to as much as like $1.80 at some point. It looks like it has, but it's gone right back up. So, I mean, that's good that it is using that $1.80 more as a support. It's at $1.90 right now. Did you get in? If so, when did you get in? And what's your target? What am I trying to say? What is your target sell point? I think we'll hit 205 to 210 before long, by the way. But again, I hate holding penny stocks overnight, guys. And this one seems to have drops in the morning. So one thing that I'd be looking for is potentially to buy it on a dip. Obviously, you see this huge spot called the panic bar. Say you got in at 183, 184, wrote it up in 25 minutes, you made 4%. That's not too bad if you ask me. But again, the MACD is showing signs of time to buy, so I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. But I need to use the bathroom really quick, guys, and I might get a drink too because I'm about out. So I'll be back here in about a minute or so. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat here. So I'll be right back, guys. Let me know about that when you bought, if you bought, and when you bought it in there, Santana.